St. Louis Cardinal baseball here on Let's Talk Sports. And as you can see, we are in Boston for this one. It's game 2 of a 3-game series as the Cardinals get set to take on the Red Sox. The Red Sox won the first game of this series, ended up walking off the Redbirds in 10 innings on a 2-1 walk-off winner, or final score. And those are some of the storylines heading into this game. Nolan Gorman looks to improve that batting average. He's hitting 154 in his last 6 games. Mason Wynn, meanwhile, he's looking red hot, 364 in 7 games. He's actually in the leadoff spot tonight. And Eric Fetty has a big game on the mound, an extra and a walk-off loss against the Red Sox yesterday. But on the mound today, we'll see Jose Barrios on the mound for the Cardinals. The Red Sox will go for the one and only Brian Bello. But here's Nolan Gorman, 19 at-bats in his last 6 games. He only has 1 RBI, hitting a .158. He's hoping to improve those stats after the first week of the season. The lineups and first pitch coming up. Brian Bello getting the start for the Red Sox. Won his first start, 6 innings pitched. He had 2 strikeouts. ERA right at the 3 mark. So Mason Wynn leads off for the Cardinals here today. First pitch to him is a fastball taken for ball 1. Mason Wynn 0 for 4 in game 1 of this series. Here against the Red Sox, we have the powder blue jerseys on, so this is a Saturday game. Ironically, I'm recording this on a Saturday, so very fitting that we do the Saturday game of this series. There's a fly ball to left. Making the catch is Duran. That is out number 1. So we'll take a look at the rest of the Cardinal lineup tonight. Mason Wynn leads off. He is at short. Brendan Donovan bats second and left. Contreras hitting third at first. Burleson, Arenado, Jordan Walker, Trent Grisham, Pedro Pages. This is his first game behind the plate today, filling in for Ivan Herrera. And Nolan Gorman's in the number 9 spot. As you can see, half of this Cardinal lineup off to a rough start, despite being 5-2 heading into this series. They ended up sweeping the Twins on opening day, won 2 out of 3 against the Angels, and then dropped yesterday's game against the Red Sox in a 2-1 loss in extra innings. And a slider way outside. It's 3-0. There's a strike. Brian Bello finally finding the strike zone here against Donovan. There's a grounder to short. That is out number 2. Love to try and see the defense in this one for the Red Sox. At first base is Tristan Casas. Second base, David Hamilton. Shortstop, I believe, is David Hamilton. Third base is Devers, and then looking at the defense, or in the outfield, Jaron Duran's in left. Rafael is in center. William Abreu is in right, and Connor Wong behind home plate. No relation to Colton Wong, unfortunately.
1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike to Wilson Contreras. He is probably the best hitter in this Cardinal lineup so far. He has 2 home runs this season. One against the Twins, the other came against the Angels. There's a grounder to Hamilton again. A scoreless top half of the first for Brian Bello. And now we'll see what the Red Sox can do against Jose Barrios. And there's Jose Barrios on the mound today for St. Louis. Yes, a new acquisition, which came over in a trade from the Blue Jays for Miles Michaelis. Yeah, I know. Interesting how that deal turned out. But here's Jarren Duran leading things off for Boston. There's a line shot. Line caught by Contreras, steps on the bag. That is out, number one. Here's the rest of the Red Sox lineup. Jarren Duran was the leadoff hitter in left. Yoshida bats second. He's a DH. Tristan Casas, my apologies, hit behind Rafael Devers and Bregman. Willie Abreu, Connor Wong, Rafaela, and David Hamilton, all in that order. Love how I kind of saved myself there at the end when reading the lineup card. Here's Yoshida, hitting .233. Jose Barrios on track for his 100th career win, so that would be pretty cool to see here today against a tough Red Sox lineup. There's a grounder to Mason Wynn at short. That's out, number two. Two men gone now. Here's Devers, hitting .333 to start off the year. 6 RBIs, 3 home runs. There's a sinker, called strike one. There's the Cardinal infield for you. Contreras at first, Gorman at second, Mason Wynn at short, Arenado at third. As you can see, Pedro Pages is behind the plate today, filling in for Ivan Herrera, who has the day off. 0-2, there's a circle change, and it's 1-2. We also got to see Wilson Contreras catch in the final game of the Angels series. That was a game the Cardinals went on to lose 1-0. That was a game we did not stream because you guys do not need to see all 162 games. You know, that is way too much. That is a lot of baseball. There's a fly ball on the left. Is this going to stay fair? It will not. Just foul, and the count is 1-2 to Devers. He's really keeping this at bat going as he fouls off a cutter from Barrios. That about hit him. It's 2-2. Devers giving Barrios the little stare down. Next 2-2. Strikes him out on the sinker. And a scoreless first inning for Jose Barrios. We head to the second inning now. No score here at Fenway Park.
Leading off for the Cardinals, right fielder Alec Burleson.
Alec Burleson leads off for the Cardinals here today. He's in the cleanup spot. He too is off to a cold start, hitting a .190 in the first week of the season with 1 run batted in. Hopefully that changes as the season continues on. I know that's what Ollie Marmol's hoping for, or that's what the hitting coach is hoping for.
0-2.
There's the umpires here in this one. I know that's what John Mozeliak and Chaim Bloom and Bill DeWitt are hopefully hoping for. That's what we're hoping for as well. Burleson hits one into the gap in right center field. Abreu is back. This one is off the wall. Burleson is heading for second, and that's the first hit of the game. That'll help the batting average move up a little bit. First hit of the game, and it belongs to the guy hitting a .190. Here's Nolan Arenado. He too is off to a rough start, hitting .111. A .328 OPS. Do not be surprised if Arenado gets traded in this franchise mode. Throughout this franchise series, do not be surprised if he gets traded. Slider outside, 2 balls, 1 strike to the Cardinals' starting third baseman. That's into right field, a base hit. Burleson's rounding second. He'll go to third. He thought about coming home, but he is going to stay put at third. First and third for the Cardinals, nobody out. Hey! Arenado's getting that batting average up a little bit. Now bring in Jordan Walker.
That's a ball.
Those of you who remember in the Angels game that we did, Jordan Walker was a big part of that game. Had 3 RBI singles in that game. And then I believe he also had a sac fly. He gets another RBI single in this game. Burleson comes in to score. Arenado goes to third, and it's 1-0 St. Louis. Jordan Walker puts the Cardinals up first again. And now bring in Trent Grisham. He had the first home run of this franchise series on opening day against the Minnesota Twins. And I believe that's the only home run he's had so far. Unless if he had another home run in a game I simulated. Nope, he just has 1 home run. Come in.
Did he go?
Two and 1 the count to Grisham. Had to mute my mic for a little second. My grandma had asked me a little question. 2-2 pitch to Bello, or from Bello to Trent Grisham. That's fouled off once more. Former Brewer, former who else did he play with? The Padres, the Yankees. And he came over to the Cardinals this year in a trade during spring training to compete for the starting center field job. There's a slider called strike 3. Brian Bello picks up his first strikeout of the afternoon. And now bring in Pedro Pages. This is his first plate appearance of the season. This is, I think we're 8 games into this franchise series. And this is Pedro Pages' first game. And he starts it off with a bang. Base hit in the center. Arenado scores. 2-0 St. Louis. A nice hit for Pedro Pages. A single up the middle brings in a run. And it's 2-0 Cardinals as Nolan Gorman comes up to the plate. Takes a first pitch slider. First strike 1. As you saw in the pregame show, Nolan Gorman is off to a cold start. Like a good chunk of this Cardinal lineup. Was 0 for 3 in his last game with 3 strikeouts.
1-2.
1-2 count from Brian Bello. Gorman hits one into right center field, making the catch is Rafaela. Everybody will stay put at where they are. And it's 2-on with 2 out. Here's Mason Wynn, 0 for 1, flew out to left his first time up.
That's a ball.
Slider taken, ball 1. There's a strike, 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 from Bello. That's fouled off. And it's 1-2. Mason Wynn, first game for him in the leadoff spot. He was usually hitting in the 8th or 9th spots in the lineup. But Marmol's giving him the chance today to hit leadoff for the Cardinals in this game against the Red Sox. Here comes the 1-2. Circle change. Misses 2-2.
That's a foul ball.
Wind really keeping this at-bat going.
Count is full.
Count is full. Three and two. Struck him out. And we go to the bottom of the second. 2 runs come in to score. An RBI single from Jordan Walker, and Pedro Pages in his first at-bat gets an RBI. Bottom of inning number 2 coming up here at Fenway Park. It's 2-0 Cardinals. Tristan Casas hitting .231 heading into this game. Has a base hit into left center field. That's the first hit of the day for Boston. Boston strong. So I'll bring in Alex Bregman hitting .308. I'm muted? No, I'm not. I promise I'm not muted. Here comes the 0-1. Circle change, strike 2.
No balls.
And maybe. Yeah, I'm not muted. That joke ain't gonna work this time. Bregman pokes one into right field. It is foul. One ball, 2 strikes from Bregman. Yeah, I'm not. Sorry, Braven. I'm not muted. I checked my phone and it says we are live. There's a fly ball to left over the monster and gone. Alex Bregman ties up the game. Alex Bregman ties up the game for the Red Sox here in the second. A home run down the left field line. There's a strike to Willie Abreu. He's hoping to follow up after that 2-run homer. I know he had a big home run on opening day against the Rangers. I think he also just had a set of twins lately. Congratulations, man.
1 and 2's the count.
I know that's fun.
That's the ball.
2 and 2 to Abreu. Jose Barrios had a good first inning. He got rocked a little bit here in the second. Just allowed a 2-run homer.
Ball.
3 and 2.
Full count.
And another base hit Off of Jose Barrios. This time it's going to be a double. Runner at second, following up the Alex Bregman home run. Here's Connor Wong, hitting 192. 3 RBIs, 1 home run. I'm assuming those 3 RBIs were from that home run. Oh-2 pitch from Barrios. Sinker is fouled off, 0-2. That is outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count.
That's a ball. Outside.
Just outside, 2-2. And now the count is full, with Rafaela on deck. Hit to Contreras. He will step on the bag. Going over to third is Abreu. It's runner at third with 1 out. Here's Rafaela hitting 214. After the first week of the season. Head up the middle, the Red Sox lead 3-2. That was a late reaction there from the crowd. But Rafaela, first pitch he sees. It's a grounder up the middle. Allows the runner to score from third. And it's 3-2 Red Sox here in the second. David Hamilton up next for Boston, hitting 500. Fouled off, and then the count is 0-1 to start things off for his first at bat here in the afternoon. Line to left field, and the inning is over. End of 2 here at Fenway Park. Red Sox lead 3-2. Need to see it real quick. Game log. The P2. Okay. Top of the third inning here at Fenway Park. Brendan Donovan will lead off for the Cardinals after an eventful second inning from both teams. And a nice play by David Hamilton as he beats the throw over to first. Here's Contreras, 0 for 1. 1 for 5 in this series with the double. There's a strike. 0-1. An eventful second inning for both teams. Cardinals scored 2 runs on a pair of RBI singles from Jordan Walker and Pedro Pages to take a 2-0 lead. And then the Red Sox in their half of the inning, 2-run homer from Alex Bregman and an RBI single from Rafaela. There's a grounder to Hamilton once more. And there are 2 outs on back-to-back grounders. Here's Alec Burleson. He doubled here today. That ended up being the first Cardinal hit of the afternoon.
1 ball, no strikes.
It was 1 for 4 yesterday with the double. Then that's something. There's a circle change, 2-0. Burleson, he was hitting 190 heading into this game. Now that double has him hitting 227. Crazy how much a double can make your batting average go up. There's a circle change. It's 2-2.
2-2.
Take a look at some scores around the league. Cubs Padres tied in the 6th inning. Phillies leading the Dodgers 4-0 in the 3rd inning. Burleson has a full count on him.
Count is full.
But Nolan Arenado on deck. And then the nation's capital, Nationals Diamondbacks, game's tied at 1. And then the Pirates lead the Yankees 1-0 in the 3rd. That's where we'll be going after this Red Sox series. We'll be heading to Pittsburgh. And Paul Skeens is scheduled to pitch the first game of the series, so that will most likely be the game that we commentate. Not sure who's pitching that game for the Cardinals. Let's see. Barrios is the 3. And base hit in the left field, and David Hamilton trying to be a hero again. This time, Arenado beats out the throw for an infield single. But as I was saying, so Sonny Gray is the ace. 0-1 count to Jordan Walker. Let's see if the stats can help me out. Sonny Gray, Eric Fetty, Barrios, Palante. Michael McGreevy will start that first game against the Pirates. The game that Paul Skeens will be throwing for the Buccos. So, yeah, that'll be a fun game. It's a game you don't want to miss here on Let's Talk Sports.
1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. We cover the Cardinals better than ESPN does, so that's a plus. Jordan Walker, base hit into the gap in right center field. That's his 2nd hit of the day. And this should tie it up for the Cardinals. And they're going to bring a 2nd runner to the plate. And he is out by a mile. Arenado was an easy dead duck at the plate. But it doesn't matter because this game is now tied at 3 as we go into the bottom of inning number 3. Masataka Yoshida leads off for the Red Sox here in this one, 0 for 1, and with the ground out. This is the last time we'll be facing an American League team for quite a while. Our first 10 games of the series or of the season were against American League teams. The Twins on opening day. Then you have the Angels. Our first road trip, it started off here in Boston. And then we have the Pirates, where we're going to Pittsburgh on Monday. Looking at my little Cardinal schedule pamphlet thing. As Yoshida strikes out to begin the bottom of the third. That is strikeout number 2 for Jose Barrios. Let's see. We don't play another American League team until May 16th. Actually, no, we have another series April 14th as the Astros will be in town. And then after that, we don't have another series. We don't play another American League team until May 16th. We'll be in Kansas City for May 16th.
Ball out.
Here's Rafael Devers, 2-1 count.
Foul ball.
That is fouled off, and the count is 2-2.
Ball.
Sinker
Count
misses. 3-2. That's fouled off again. I'm telling you guys, this little radio pamphlet schedule thing that I have, got it on a little road trip coming back from Texas. It is going to come in handy while I'm doing these games, because I know all the promos and all that stuff. And Rafael Devers knows how to hit home runs over the Green Monster. Four, 3 Red Sox. Rafael Devers, 395-foot blast over the Green Monster. Man, this has been a good game so far. A lot of hitting. Been very back and forth. As here comes Tristan Casas. He pops it up into shallow left. Donovan comes in, makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Alex Bregman. He had a 2-run homer back in the second inning.
That's a ball.
Usually don't eat on stream, but I mean, you guys can't see me anyway. I don't have a camcorder. Having a little burrito for dinner. There's a grounder to win. Throw to first in time. And that's the end of 3. Here in Fenway, Rafael Devers joins Alex Bregman on the home run party. It's a home run into left field. What a swing that was. End of 3 here at Fenway. Red Sox lead the Birds 4-3. Fourth inning here at Fenway Park. Red Sox lead the Cardinals 4-3.
No, that missed. That's a ball. 1-1.
1-1 is the count to Trent Grisham. 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. He pops up his second time up. Behind the plate as catcher Connor Wong makes the catch. Here's Pedro Pages.
Ball. 1-0. High spark. 1-1.
There's a strike, 1-2.
Two.
2-2.
No, ball. Got a full count.
Full count to Pedro Pages. 1 out in the 4th. Had a base hit his last time up, and he grounds to
No, he's safe.
Bregman his second time up, and he's safe. Casas is pulled off the bag. So Pages is on with an infield single. Or on an error, sorry. Here's Nolan Gorman. Here's the 0-1 to Gorman. That is taken 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Tomorrow there will be no Cardinal franchise game. Instead, we'll have the simulation series. Tomorrow that'll be a Sunday night thing. We'll be at Petco Park for that game. The Padres watch the San Diego Padres host the Atlanta Braves. That'll be a fun game. And Gorman strikes out. So there's a good chance that there will not be a Cardinal game tomorrow, but we'll see how I'm feeling, or if I'm not super busy. We will have to wait and see. 2 outs now. Here's Mason Wynn.
No balls, 1 strike.
Oh, and 1 to Mason Wynn. He's 0 for 2 here today. There's a strike, 0 and 2. Very fitting that I'm recording this streaming today on a Saturday. And might as well throw on the Saturday powder blue alternates as Mason Wynn strikes out. Bottom of the 4th inning coming up. It is 4-3 Red Sox. Josh Wright getting the call for you. Your number 1 play-by-play man for the St. Louis Cardinals.
0 balls, 1 strike.
13 likes on this live stream so far. I appreciate it.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Wilyer Abreu doubled his last time up. Let's see what he can do in his second time against Barrios. That is in the center. And this is going to be caught by Trent Grisham for out number 1. He wasn't going to let that one fall. Wasn't going to let that drop in front of him. Be a little dinky single. Rinky-dink single. Here's Connor Wong. 0 and 2.
2 strikes.
That's outside. 1 ball. 2 strikes.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. To the Red Sox starting catcher. And he hits one into right. That'll be a base hit.
Now batting, the center fielder, Cesar Rafaela.
Jose Barrios, sorry. Jose Abreu? What? Jose Barrios, sorry. Not exactly having the best outing today. He was on track for his 100th career win. The Red Sox are like, well, might have to wait a little longer. Base hit into right field. That is going to score a run for the Red Sox. And it will be a triple for Rafaela as he has his second RBI of the day, his second hit of the day. And it's an RBI triple.
Out pitching for St. Louis. Number 30.
So Jose Barrios is DONE. After the middle of the fourth inning, Luke Weaver will come in relief in the middle of the fourth inning.
That missed. That's a ball.
Five to 3 Red Sox is your score. I don't know if I have any Red Sox fans who watch this channel, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the game so far. David Hamilton. Jojo Romero and Ryan Fernandez both warming up in the St. Louis bullpen. Definitely not the outing Jose Barrios was expecting.
Strike 3.
And Hamilton strikes out.
Okay, for the Red Sox, left fielder, Jaron Duran.
That'll bring in Jaron Duran. You either love or hate this guy.
Yeehaw.
Me? I'm a big Jaron Duran guy. Just his personality is fun. I love his I don't give a crap mentality.
Hey. One and two.
1-2 count to the Red Sox leadoff hitter, 0 for 2 today. Hoping to change that here against Luke Weaver. It's a grounder to Arenado. And that is out number 3. But Rafaela rips a triple into right field, which makes this a 5-3 Red Sox lead after 4. Here's Brendan Donovan. Hitless in this series, 0 for 5. 0 for 2 here today.
Yeehaw. It's 0 and 1.
Red Sox also have some action going on in their bullpen. Garrett Whitlock and Bernardino. And Donovan hits a grounder to David Hamilton.
Got it.
What away. Seems like he's going to be a big pain in the butt for the Cardinals in this series, especially in this game. There have been 5 groundouts to short, or to David Hamilton in this game, and we're only in the 5th inning. Here's Contreras, hits it down the line. It's 0-1. Luke Weaver, I know he was on the Yankees. Did he get released
1 ball, 1 strike.
in spring training? No, he didn't.
Ball.
Weird. Because I saw somewhere that he got released in the middle of spring training, unless the Yankees brought him back. Don't know why the Yankees would release Luke Weaver. He was good last year. Contreras hits it into left field. Duran is there. Not a home run, but good enough for Jarren Duran as that lands in his glove. There's a fly ball in the right field, and that is caught 2 in the top half of the 5th. Bottom of the inning coming up.
For the Red Sox, designated hitter, Masataka Yoshida.
Ball. 1-0. Heck.
1-0 pitch to Yoshida.
Peacock.
There's a strikeout. That's the first, I believe, for Luke Weaver. Actually, no, that's his second.
Outside. That's a ball.
Outside, ball 1 to Devers. That's fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Devers homered his last time up. Cardinals trying to prevent that from happening again.
2-1.
2-1. Two and two. Hold on.
We got a full count.
A 3-2 to Devers, and he has his second hit of the day.
Now batting, the first baseman,
So I'll bring in the first baseman, Tristan Casas. He is also 1 for 2 today. For those of you who don't remember or didn't know, when I did my simulation series last year, we did a game at Fenway Park. It was the Red Sox and Orioles.
1-0.
The Red Sox went on to lose the game, but Tristan Casas homered. So, kind of nice that we get to see Tristan Casas again. Glad that he's doing really good
Here.
on the real Red Sox, and he's off to a solid start. in for the video game Red Sox.
Nope, that's in. Here.
Here's a 2-2 to Casas.
Hey.
He strikes out.
Now batting. Second baseman Alex Bregman.
2 outs now. Here is Bregman. Red Sox still got a runner over at first.
Nope, ball.
One ball, one strike, the count to Bregman. Bregman also has a home run in this game, and he also grounds out to Wynn, who throws over to Gorman for the 4th out. And we go to the 6th inning. Arenado, Jordan Walker, Trent Grisham all due up. It's 5-3 Red Sox. Red Sox go into their bullpen. And they're going to bring in Mr. Garrett Whitlock. Garrett Whitlock, he's been with the Red Sox since 2021. Oh, wow. Dang, he was really good in 2021, too. Tried to make him a starter in 2022, 2023. Looks like he was good in 2022, struggled in 2023. Last year, looks like he was hurt. But let's see what he can do in the 6th inning against the Cardinals. Against Nolan Arenado. There's a sinker, strike 1. Aroldis Chapman's on the Red Sox in this game? What? That's crazy. I forgot he went to the Red Sox this year in the offseason. That's crazy. Dang, I didn't even know that. My apologies for just now figuring this out. Like I said before, I didn't know he went to the Red Sox. I thought he went to Cleveland. For some dumb reason. Here's Jordan Walker. 2 for 2 on the day with 2 RBI singles. And he's 2 for 3 as he grounds out to Tristan Casas for out number 2.
Up next for the Cardinals, center fielder Trent Grisham.
2 outs now. Here's Trent Grisham.
Hey. Nope, that's low. That's a ball.
1 ball, 1 strike to Trent Grisham, former Brewer, former Padre, former Yankee. And in this universe, he is a Cardinal. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a ball.
2-2.
2-2. Count is full.
Count's full. In the air to left field, a base hit. That's his first of the game.
Now batting.
That is hit number 7 on the day for the Cardinals. Here's Pedro Pages. 1 for 2 here today. He swings, hits one in the air to right. Back goes Abreu at the wall. This ball is gone. Pedro Pages, a 2-run homer into right field, and the Cardinals have tied it up. Pedro Pages in his first game. An RBI single at his first at bat. Then he reached on first base on an error. And now a 2-run homer into right field, which ties the game up at 5. Man, what a game this has been.
Hey, ha!
The suspense is killing me. And now Nolan Gorman 0 for 2. I'd love to see him try and get a base hit.
Strike 2.
That's a strike. 0 2. Struck him out on the top half of the inning. Pedro Pages, what a game he's having. Ties up the game on a 2-run homer into right field. Don't go anywhere. More Cardinal baseball coming your way. Red Sox will have Abreu, Connor Wong, and Rafaela all due up.
That's the ball.
1-0 count. There's a fly ball to left. Donovan makes the catch, 1 away.
Now batting. The catcher, Connor Wong.
Hack. 0-1.
Phil Benton and Zach Jackson both warming up in the St. Louis bullpen. Luke Weaver's still going. Hopefully everyone's having a good Saturday evening so far. I know I am. Luke Weaver gets another strikeout against Connor Wong. Here is Rafaela, 2 for 2 on the day, RBI single and an RBI triple. Ended up spending the day with my dad today. Didn't really do too much. We just ran a couple errands.
Strike 2.
There's a strike. 0-2. I tried to get measured and suited or fitted for a suit
1-2.
today, but so what we did, we went to like a Men's Warehouse store, and
2-2.
the place was kind of crowded. There were a lot of people there, a lot of high school kids since it's prom season's coming up. So we just decided, you know what, we're going to do this another day. We're not going to wait 2 hours to get measured and fitted for a freaking suit.
Now pitching for the Red Sox. Number 63.
Trying to get a new suit because, one, my birthday is coming up, and one of the things I asked for was a suit. Because why not? I love the idea of formal clothing. There's a pop-up as Mason Wynn, and the top half of the Cardinal lineup is due up for the 7th. Mason Wynn pops up for out number 1. But yeah, I love the idea of, formal clothing. It's love dressing up in not just flannels and jeans, but also like a suit and tie. Growing up, I've always had like low self-esteem and like low confidence, and I feel like that's like for me, wearing a suit, that's like a good way of boosting up that self-esteem and confidence and everything. And not to mention, wanting to be a sports announcer, like a professional sports announcer, and not just someone who sits in his room on a Saturday night and live streams over MLB The Show and Madden and college football and all that. Sports announcers, they got to wear suits. Name one time you guys watched a sports game and the announcers in the pregame show were not wearing suits. Yeah, exactly. So, gotta practice wearing suits, That, and I've watched a lot of How I Met Your Mother lately. And the character Barney Stinson, it's Neil Patrick Harris character. He always wears a suit. And there's a YouTuber that I watch named Reporter of the Week. He's a guy that wears suits and He's a guy that wears suits, and he also reviews fast food items. So I know that's something. 1-2-3 inning for the Red Sox here, or for the Cardinal offense, as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Game's tied at 5.
Number 88. Phil Mayton.
Phil Mayton, the Chatham, Illinois native, comes in relief here in the 7th. He will face David Hamilton, Jaron Duran, and Yoshida here in the home half of the 7th.
Did he go?
Two-one count to Hamilton.
Full count.
Count is full. So yeah, that was part of my day. I tried to get fitted and measured for a tux. There's a base hit for David Hamilton in the right center field gap. Another hit in this game for the Red Sox. And then afterwards, I ran a couple errands, and then I went home.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
Now Jaron Duran is up hitless today.
Heck one.
One ball, one strike is the count. I finished my burrito. It's getting cold. 1-2. Strike 3. Duran is now 0 for 4 today.
Now batting. Designated hitter, Masataka Yoshida.
Been live for an hour and 5 minutes. Those of you just tuning in, I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. As David Hamilton steals second. Alpha Pedro Pages. 1 out in the 7th. Game's tied at 5. Cardinals Red Sox. This is a World Series rematch, you know. 1946, 1967. Both won by the Cardinals, and then, of course, the ones that are probably are a lot more remembered in 2004 and 2013. 2004, my birth year. So how about that? I was born the year the Red Sox won the World Series, and then 2013. So in my lifetime, the Red Sox had beaten the Cardinals twice in the World Series. And both times were not very fun. Here's a 2-2.
Full count.
Ironically, it's the only time where, I think in my lifetime anyway, where I had two of the same World Series rematches, being Cardinals and Red Sox. As Yoshida grounds out to second, here is Devers. Struck out in the first, homered in the third, singled in the fifth.
Ball.
Feldman does a lot better against the lefties,
Hee-haw.
as the left-handed hitters hit .222 against him.
Ball. That's outside.
Devers, meanwhile, yeah, he does better against righties than left-handers. So this is a favorable matchup for Phil Meaton.
Tape.
Strike 2 on that nasty cutter.
Hee-haw.
And what do you know? Phil Meaton wins the battle. 8th inning coming up here at Fenway Park. Game is tied up at 5. Alec Burleson, Nolan Arenado, and Jordan Walker all due up against Justin Slayton here in the top of the 8th inning.
That's a ball. That's inside.
Cardinals Red Sox is the matchup today. Liam Hendricks, Aroldis Chapman. Both warming up in the Boston bullpen. Two veterans who have been around for quite a while. Also, both first-year Red Sox this year.
Got him.
Now batting. Third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
As Burleson grounds out to third, 1 away. One man gone. Here's Arenado. He has 2 hits on the afternoon. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1.
Ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2 to Arenado. Cutter, strike 3. Arenado now 2 for 4 on the day.
Ball.
One 0 pitch to Jordan Walker. 2 for 3 today. Got a 1-2 count on him. Walker hits one into center. And we're going to the Red Sox half of the 8th inning. Red Sox will have the heart of their lineup due up in the bottom of the 8th with the game tied at 5. Zach Jackson next up out of the St. Louis bullpen.
Ball. Wood. 1-1.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the St. Louis Cardinals. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Infield single for Tristan Casas as Alex Bregman comes up to the plate. One of the big threats in this Red Sox lineup.
No, that missed. 1-1.
Misses 1-1. Is the count. Bregman 1 for 3 with that home run. Hit back in the second. There's a slider, strike 2. Strikes out. 1 out here in the 8th. And here comes Willier Abreu. Double play ball. Contreras 1 out at second and safe at first. A 3-6 force out. As they get the lead runner, here comes Connor Wong. Hits one in the left. Donovan is going to watch it hit the monster. And that should move runners to second and third for the Red Sox with 2 out. So here comes Raffaello, 2 for 3 with a pair of RBIs in this game. RBI single, RBI triple. First pitch taken for ball 1. For those of you just tuning in, game 2 of a 3-game series between the Red Sox and Cardinals. That's a bouncer to Arenado, and we go to the 9th. with the game tied at 5. As the Red Sox strand 2 runners on, the Cardinals will have the bottom half of their lineup due up against Aroldis Chapman. Cardinals bringing in a pinch hitter. Ivan Herrera will come in to pinch hit for Pedro Pages. Pages had a good game today. He was 2 for 3. RBI single and a home run. Also reached first base on an error. Chapman comes in. Herrera will come in to pinch hit to face Chapman. 0-2. It is weird seeing Aroldis Chapman in a Red Sox jersey. I'm just so used to him being in either Cincinnati or being in New York. Strikes out the first batter he sees. Here's Pedro Pages. Oh, wait. Herrera came in to pinch hit for Grisham? Huh, that's weird. Anyway, 0-1 count from Chapman. There's a fastball, strike 2.
That's the ball.
One-two count. Back-to-back strikeouts for Aroldis Chapman here in the 9th. Here is Nolan Gorman. 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts here today. There's a fastball. Umpire called strike 1. Last chance for the Cardinals to try and get something going with the bats before the game goes into the bottom of the 9th. Red Sox will have David Hamilton lead off in their half of the 9th inning. 0-2 pitch. Gorman swings, hits one into right. Abreu is there. Bottom of the 9th inning. Here we come. Last chance for the Red Sox to put away the Cards before heading into extra innings. They'll have David Hamilton, Jarren Duran, and Yoshida all due up. To face the left-hander Jojo Romero. He's off to a rough start this year. 3 games, 8.10 ERA. And also coming into play center field is Michael Ciani. As Ivan Herrera came in to pinch hit for Trent Grisham. Which means that Pedro Pages will stay in the game as the Cardinals catcher. Brian Fernandez and Ryan Helsley both warming up in the bullpen. Hamilton trying to lay down a bunt. Fails to do so, and it's 0-2.
1-2.
That almost hit him. Ball 1. Hamilton singled his first time up, or his last time up.
No,
Takes the sinker. 2-2.
Full count.
He's worked the count full. Just early on that fastball, he fouled it off. It's 3-2. Watch, I say he was early, and they're going to say, oh, no, he was late. He looked early to me. Fouls it off again, trying to keep the at-bat alive.
Take your base. Ball 4.
Ball 4. And the winning run is on for the Red Sox here in the 9th. Here's Jarren Duran. Red Sox walked off the Cardinals the game before this. So it would suck if we were walked off again, but ball 1 to Duran. He is 0 for 4 here today. Strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That's fouled off. And it's 1-2. Yoshida on deck for Boston. Runner at first, nobody out. There's a high fly ball into right. Burleson is back. He makes the catch. Nice play for out number 1. One out, here's Yoshida. Red Sox still have a runner at first. There's a base hit in the center. Hamilton's rounding second. He's going to go to third, and he is tagged out. Nice play in center by Ciani to get the lead runner. The Cardinals catching a huge break. Romy Gonzalez comes in to pinch run. For Yoshida, here's Devers, 2 for 4. Strike 1. Faced a left-hander back in the 7th. Actually, no, he faced a righty. Hang on. Hold on. I'm tripping. Hold on. Never mind. Oh, 2. That is low, 1-2. Devers in the center. Ciani will make the catch. 10th inning, here we come. Game is tied at 5. Mason Wynn leads off here in the 10th, so the Cardinals will have the top of their order due up. That's usually a good thing when the top of your lineup is due up. Oh, and 2. Mason Wynn goes down on strikes. That's the third one recorded by Aroldis Chapman. Here comes Brendan Donovan. Donovan 2 for 5 lifetime against Chapman.
1-1.
Here's a 1-1.
Yeah.
Strike 2.
1-2. 2-2.
2-2. Cardinals have the ghost runner at second. It's Nolan Gorman.
Count is full.
Counts full with Contreras on deck. Crazy to think that Contreras and Chapman were teammates at one point, and Donovan goes down. Here comes Contreras. Strike one. Strike number two. Strikes out the side. Chapman on his A game here today. Bottom of the 10th coming up. Tristan Casas leads off. Here against Jojo Romero. It's hit hard down the line. It is foul. Ghost runner at second is Rafael Devers. It's a grounder to short. That runner's moving to third. The Red Sox have the winning run 90 feet away from home. Here comes Alex Bregman. First pitch he sees into right field. Burleson drops it. Devers comes in to score from third, and the Red Sox win. Alex Bregman brings in the winning run, and the Red Sox on back-to-back days have walked off the Cardinals, winning the first two games of this series. And that's all we have for you today for Cardinal Baseball here on Let's Talk Sports. I'm your man, Josh Wright. Hey, you're not going to win them all. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. End up being a good game in the end. However, it just didn't turn out the Cardinals' way, but that's all we got for you today. My name's Josh Wright, signing off from Fenway Park. Red Sox win